YouTube Above Average Cody here, and it is no secret that the gaming landscape has been full of pretty much nothing but disappointment. From forced releases to incomplete games to pushback releases to developers as a whole. There's a lot of things to be pretty disappointed about in the current gaming landscape, especially if you like first-person shooter games, and Call of Duty and Activision is no exclusion to that statement. However, seeing what is coming and everything surrounding Black Ops 6, guys, I feel like there is a ton of things to be excited for, whether you're a Call of Duty's fan or just you've played zombies with friends in the past. I think this I'm going to be honest, it may finally be the game that really shakes up the gaming world once again for the first time in 10 years, to be honest, guys. And no, this is not just another YouTuber that's getting hype, getting on the Call of Duty hype train. Every single year we do this, we get excited, it's a bad game. It's not that at all, because I fell off that train really, really hard a long time ago because I loved Cold War. And then I got hyped for Vanguard, and it was bad. And then I got hyped for Modern Warfare 2, and it was even worse. And then I got hyped for Modern Warfare 3, which is okay. It's an okay game, but it is still very far, far off from the Call of Duty that I know and love. But guys, there's a lot of really exciting things coming in Black Ops 6. Everything that's been revealed is really, really promising, and I'm going to do my best to whiz through everything. I've got a little notes list here for Black Ops 6, so I'm going to try not to miss too much, but I'm kind of going to give all you guys my honest opinions on everything that they talked about in the Black Ops 6 Direct during the Xbox showcase. And it's not all positive. I'm not going to pretend like I'm Mr. Call of Duty, but yeah, guys, there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to do my best to kind of scroll through the Black Ops 6 Direct video in the background here to kind of show you guys what is going on. And first, I'm going to talk about the basis of the game, guys. We're back in the 90s era for Black Ops here, which is perfect, coming right after Cold War, but it also references Black Ops 2, and that's a pretty good era because we have just been absolutely force-fed the modern warfare being either the modern era, the future era, and pretty much everything of the sort. And I feel like the 90s is like that, the early 90s is that really good era, not only obviously to continue the great Black Ops storyline, but also it's not so far back that you kind of lose the interest in fighting in sandy tree, very boring map and landscape, but also it's not so new that you're force feeding us even more Modern Warfare. So I'm really happy. And not only that, guys, it's going to be a lot of weapons that we already know and love, but they did tease a lot of new weapons that have never before been in the franchise, which I think is pretty good. And now let's talk about one of the biggest things, guys, and that is Omni Movement. Now, what the heck is Omni Movement here, guys? That is actually the ability for them to sprint in any direction, which means you can dive in any direction and everything of the sort. And a lot of it you're going to be seeing in the background here, but it comes with things like diving to the left instead of turning, diving, and then turning again. So it makes movements like this much more fluid and much easier to do. And also, you could do a 360-degree turn, as they're showing here. I'm really lining this up real good here. A 360-degree turn while you are prone, which, guys, this is very realistic. You know, anybody in modern life can move faster to the left, to the right, or backwards. So why are we pinned to one speed? And I think this is pretty big on two different ends of the spectrum. One, this could potentially add a skill gap because obviously movement is pretty much the only thing you have in Call of Duty that can create a gap in the gameplay, meaning that there is something that lower players have to learn to be able to play a tier above. And until you learn that skill, there will be a gap between you and that higher level. But on the flip side of it, it could potentially make things easier because a lot of people aren't playing on paddled controllers. They're not playing claw, and they have trouble doing these quick aim and quick movement simultaneously. Omni Movement could make that easier because you could bridge the sliding around corners gap by being able to sprint sideways, because inevitably it is just less to think about because, again, I don't have to turn, sprint, and then turn again. I can just sprint to the left, which is a pretty big deal, guys. So I'm kind of I think there's a lot of good things to say about that. More importantly, and what's going on in the background here, is there is simplified mechanics to make for less button presses in your settings. So there will be ways that you can make for mantling, sprinting, and crouching so that you do not have to hit as many buttons. And this is a really big deal because any of you longtime OG Warzone, Modern Warfare 2019 tactical sprint players know how taxing Call of Duty has become on controllers and, more importantly, your fingers, guys. Well, some of us are getting old here. We can't be doing all these insane button presses. Your hands getting sore. So this is a really, really big deal. And the best part of all of this stuff, guys, is you don't have to turn it on. If you just want the normal Call of Duty, I can only sprint forwards and that's it, you can turn it off. They really made it so that you can tweak it however you like and however you want to play the game, and I think that is the most important thing. I love all these new mechanics they want to add, but don't force feed it to me and force me to use it, because if it is trash, I want to be able to turn it off. And guys, I'm going to go back here a little bit on the stream because this is something really exciting. You can actually curl and tilt around corners now, and it's automatic. You can literally corner peek like you do in Rainbow Six Siege, but automatically in Call of Duty, and it's fluid depending on how you're coming around the wall. And I'm hoping this kind of takes out the essence of mounting, because do not let me hug a corner, mount it, and increase accuracy. Force me to be tactical and lean around the edge. I think this could add a really nice dynamic into the world of Call of Duty. And that's the big gameplay and movement changes. I like that because, again, it could potentially add a skill gap. It could potentially make things a little bit easier for people without paddle controllers. So I'm completely on board. And most importantly, guys, it makes it a lot more realistic. A lot more realistic, because let's be real. Like I said, you can move faster in any direction. Why can't I do it in Call of Duty? And next up, guys, the HUD is going to be fully customizable, which is something I've never, ever thought about in gaming, which is weird because it's something that can easily get really, really annoying as well. And by this, I mean, you could put your mini-map up here, down here, over here. You could put everything in the center of the screen right around your reticle so you don't have to look away. You can literally cater it to however you like, and as a streamer, it'd be great to be able to just move my mini-map instead of having to move my camera around to make things more watchable for you guys all the time. So that's a really nice touch that, frankly, it's something I didn't know I needed until it exists. Next up, guys, we're going back to normal prestige. Fantastic. We're going back to a normal 10 prestige system with a final master prestige with an extra 1,000 levels. If you played Black Ops 4, I think that might have been the last game that we had a good classic prestige system that also had that master prestige element into it. A lot of people don't like it because, all my items relock again and I go through it again. Yes, but it adds levels to the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole career progression aspect, and it's just been really good. It's how Call of Duty's always been, and they went to this stupid 150 or 300 levels with 3 prestiges, and then if you hit the cap, you have to wait until next season to get more levels. No, all of these prestiges are available at launch, so if you want to do level races with your friends, prestige races, first to level 1,000, I don't care. You can do that now. I think that's really great. And just the feeling of hitting Master Prestige on Black Ops 4 was just a phenomenal feeling. I think my buddy hit it 3 weeks ahead of me, and then when we both got it, we were going into lobbies, and we just felt so freaking cool, dude, going into lobbies as Master Prestiges, which is kind of cringe because the amount of time that has to go into that could probably be spent elsewhere, but I digress from that. Next up, guys, 16 maps, and not just 16 regular maps. We're getting 12 core maps for 6v6 and 4 maps that can be played as normal or as 2v2 maps, so I'm hoping we're going to see some gunfight or something like that. And most importantly, they're going to be classic 3-lane maps. They've tried to innovate. They've tried to make crazy maps, crazy elevation changes, crazy everything. It don't work. Just go to the classic mechanics. And more importantly, guys, the maps are going to have meaning. They're going to have some personality, and they're going to be from specific things in the campaign. So if you want a better understanding of why the map is what it is, just play the freaking campaign, and you can actually put some meaning behind the maps, guys. And next up, we have to talk briefly about zombies. Classic round-based zombies is back. Thank whoever you're praying to in gaming, guys, thank them, because this is great. They've tried to innovate, they've tried to change the zombies, and it's been cool, it's been playable, but nothing beats the classic round-based zombies experience. Not only of that, they're bringing back big Easter eggs, guys, big secrets, and it's going to follow along the same storyline, the Dark Ether storyline that the recent zombies has been following. And honestly, just hallelujah, man. Bring back those days where I just want to hop on with some homies and see how far we can get on the Easter egg grind, because I'll be real with you, zombies is some of my best memories ever in gaming. Casual gaming, we sweat it out sometimes, getting the high rounds, and it's just a really great experience overall. Whether you're a fan of zombies or not, this is really, really huge for Call of Duty in a whole, to get back to kind of the roots here. And then all of this new high-tech movement, guys, will also be available in zombies, so you don't have to think about a very different experience compared to how your multiplayer feels. But Treyarch made it very clear that zombies is still very important to them. And let's be real, Treyarch Zombies is always the best and the only one, personally, I really care about. And finally, guys, I'm going to wrap this up talking briefly about the campaign. The campaign is concerningly hyper-realistic. I'm talking, guys, recent Call of Duties, I've been like, damn, these cutscenes look like we're in a movie. Guys, it don't look like a movie no more. It looks like real life. They literally added special hit areas for the enemies, and the enemy death reaction will happen depending on where you hit them. So if you hit them in the left side with like a grenade, they're going to blow to the right and all that kind of stuff, guys. It's better explained in the Call of Duty Direct, but basically the body models will react to where they get hit by the final amount of damage, which is just like insanely realistic. And I think there's like 9 zones. It used to be generic like head and body hits. Now there's like head, left chest, left arm, bottom right leg, and it's like super high tech and crazy, guys. It's absolutely insane. And then also you can choose to play missions, like choose how you play a mission, as opposed to being just funneled down, okay, you know, we move this way, we kill 3 enemies, okay, we move up, now we kill 5 enemies, okay, drop a mine, blow up that vehicle. There's going to be maps so big that there will be different ways that you can approach the mission, so you can actually choose how you play the mission. And this is good because they've been trying to force feed us this like open world, like Call of Duty, Halo, like just like whole world where you go around and there's stuff going on. Don't do that. Just make big missions. Let me pick how to play it, and I think their head is in the right space here. There will still be the whole safe house area where I think most recently we saw this kind of action in Helldivers, where you kind of got to go to your home ship and you could see kind of what was going on the map. Call of Duty's going to back to that aspect. So between missions, you're in like a very nice little safe house. You have like an evidence board where if you want more in-depth descriptions on the missions that you have or haven't played yet, you can go to the evidence board and do that. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's pretty big. So I feel like this is where it perfectly bridges the gap between open world, but also just the classic regular, like, I played this mission, okay, I want to go back and play the 3rd campaign mission, I'm going to do that today. I think that just works better for campaigns as a whole, guys. And one more thing is there will be theater mode, guys. I forgot to mention that in the multiplayer section. There will be theater mode. Very important aspect to going back, whether you want to see if somebody's cheating, you want a VOD review and see how you could have done better, or you just had a funny clip that you didn't hit record on, you will be able to go back in theater mode. And then finally, guys, I need to pull up some special stats here because this game is going to be 309 gigabytes, which, if you're not familiar with how big 309 gigabytes are, that is equal to 2 Red Dead Redemption 2s, 3 Call of Duty Warzones, 3 Cyberpunk 2077s, 3.25 GTA 5s, 4.41 Rainbow Six Sieges, 6 Madden NFL 23s, 6.87 Elden Rings, or 15 Rocket Leagues. So again, it's not all those things together. That's just a bulleted list of things that would be equivalent to the size of Black Ops 6, and that's courtesy of Barstool Game Time on Twitter. Those stats are. So just to put that into perspective for you, how big this game is. But guys, this game's been developed for a long time. It's been a while since we've gotten a Treyarch game. The Treyarch games are notoriously the best well-rounded experiences, not only in multiplayer, but also campaign and zombies. So I'm going to be real with you guys. I am very, very excited about the experience that is coming. I will really need to play the alphas, the betas, and see the gameplay before I make any final conclusions, but I think there is a lot to be excited for, and I'll be real with you, if they really execute on all this and everything they're promising here in the reveal is going to be in the game, and it looks good, great graphics, well-rounded, runs good on everybody's systems, not just console or PC, runs good for everybody's system. This game could really shake up the world of gaming, and I'll be honest with you, put Call of Duty back on top. They've been doing good on the balance sheets for a long time, but in terms of longtime COD fans, they have not been doing well. This could really all turn around, guys, and I'm really optimistic. Regardless, I think that's everything. I'm sure I missed a couple things. If so, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're excited or you're completely off this hype train forever. Regardless, guys, subscribe, like, leave that comment. Channel memberships and super thanks if you'd like to support monetarily. Helps you out a lot as a content creator, but please don't feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys. Video's long enough. I did a lot of talking. I'm excited. I'm optimistic, but I'm kind of keeping myself on the fence here in case it flops like every other game seems to nowadays. Alrighty, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.